After 19 years, the family of Deborah Dalzell finally has some answers.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office makes an arrest in the brutal homicide that grabbed the attention of the whole community. SNN's
Samantha Sonner joins us now with more on the case. Samantha.
Thanks, Grant and Hallie. In this case, it really was advances in DNA technology that led investigators to find the suspect.
As a family, we have dreamed of the day we would get the news that they had caught her killer. We now have a face and name for this monster.
Deborah Dalzell's sister, Peggy Thistle, was the last one to speak to her before her death in 1999.
Sometime between the hours of 4 p.m. on March 28th and 8 a.m. on March 29th, an unknown person or persons scaled a 6-foot wall and cut the screen to the pool area to gain entry into the main house. After surreptitiously entering, Deborah was brutally battered, gagged with a sock, sexually battered, and strangled to death.
On Sunday, 29-year-old Luke Fleming was charged with murder and sexual battery for her death.
For the sheriff's office here, no case is ever deemed cold. We work every investigation as long as we can to get a resolution.
For this case, they use new DNA technology. In 2016, they used Parabon nanolabs to get a description.
And predicted the suspect was a male, fair-skinned, brown to hazel eyes with black or brown hair.
In 2018, the same lab made a genealogical tree and found potential relatives in the Sarasota area.
After many weeks and hundreds of persons identified, the chart revealed a man by the name of Joseph Fleming, who was connected to the Southwest Florida area but died in 2001.
He had 2 sons, one of which already had DNA in a criminal database, leaving one more option, Luke Fleming.
Luke also possessed the same physical traits as predicted by Parabon nanolabs. Through investigative means, detectives obtained a DNA sample which was analyzed and confirmed Luke Fleming was the contributor of the suspect DNA.
Peggy Thistle says she's grateful the sheriff's office continued to search for answers and says her family will stay involved until justice is served.
For 20 years, he has been able to see the sun, breathe the air, smell flowers. May today be the last day.
Now, sheriff's deputies say this investigation is active and ongoing, and they're really asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers or the sheriff's office because they found the DNA, they got the guy, but they are still missing some pieces in this case. And one of the things that Peggy Thistle, Deborah's sister, said today was a message to families who are dealing with something similar, and that is there is hope because of this new technology. I mean, you saw in that video, you know, how close that DNA picture analysis was to his actual picture.
Yeah, it was remarkable how far this technology has come.
Yeah, really cool. So, I mean, there is definitely advances for these investigators when they're looking at these cold case homicides.
You can never give up hope.
No, I can't even imagine being her family either, waiting so long to hear something, and you know, just technology is good for a lot of things. It gets backlash for a lot of things, but you know, that brought that family a little bit of at least peace today, it seemed like.
Absolutely. So we'll continue to look at this case as it continues to move forward.
Samantha, thank you so much for that report.
All right, thanks, Grant and Hallie.